Good afternoon. This is Elizabeth Hargrave with Hectre Orchard Management Software. First of all, big thank you to Jeff and the team for having us on today. At Hectre, our goal is always to make it easy for growers to own their own data and really to know their farm. This is the perfect theme to go off of for Hectre. We are tasking ourselves with being responsible for helping growers track yields, track labor costs, that quality. We can even real-time geotag bin tickets in the field so that you can see exactly where your bins are coming from, what corner of the orchard. We look at picker and team performance metrics. We look at the spray plans, Scout, which is the task tracking, all of the things in the field that you might need to either fix or notify a field manager of. But today's focus really is going to be on our latest technology, which is less of a data collection tool and more of a computer vision data tool. And so that is our Spectre computer vision app again that helps determine the size, color, and soon to be external defects. So Spectre provides that reliable and speedy fruit size and color estimation in the orchard. It uses AI and machine learning algorithms and processes photos that have been taken on an iPhone or an iPad camera through our app. The value to growers really is that, you know, in your standard sample size per bin, you're looking at about 5 to 10 pieces of fruit, whereas Spectre can detect over 100 pieces of fruit per bin. Knowing that it can detect the size and the color of all of those 100 pieces of fruit per bin, you multiply that by 30. For a group, you can get substantially more information from a sample than you can just by doing that manually. So growers can use this Spectre data to reconcile their warehouse packouts with their actual harvest data. They can also track the fruit size and color and know which lot and block that's coming from, and at a much greater sample size than normal. All of this leads to earlier and better informed decision making that the grower themselves can own as an owner of that data. And there's less reliance on warehouse data, and it really puts the data in your hands as a grower. Feedback that we've gotten from many growers is they don't get a good sample size of how their fruit is performing until the warehouse sends back their packing data. And this will allow you to get a bigger sample size and also be able to get that information much more quickly. And then of course, we're learning more every day. Spectre was released in 2020, so every new grower that we work with teaches us more about how the tool can be used. One of the focuses that I think I might have mentioned before is that Hectre is very focused on making it as easy as possible, so anybody should be able to use this. So all you have to do in order to use this powerful AI and machine learning technology is just to open the app and snap photos of the top of the bins. All that's required is an iPhone or an iPad. And then it's also very timely. So in 10 to 30 seconds, up to 30 images from your loading area are uploaded. The fruit is sized. The fruit color percentage is determined using color parameters in different lighting settings. And sizing and color results are immediately viewable in the app and on the back end. This has been very helpful. You don't have to wait to get back to your computer to see those results. And there's just not a lot of lag. And even as you're waiting for those images to be processed, you can start taking more group images if you want. Another thing that we wanted to make sure is that, as we know, connectivity is not perfect everywhere. So we wanted to make it work anywhere So we made it so that you can use it in any orchard setting. We took into account that it needed to be able to be used in any lighting condition. We needed to have it be a super user-friendly format because we wanted to have very minimal training on the tool. Luckily, you know, choosing a block and taking a picture of the bins is a very simple format. Then you just upload it and it goes from there. We also wanted to make sure, and did make sure, that offline was okay, that we could upload it later for farms with connectivity issues. And then as an app, this application is very scalable. It doesn't take special equipment other than those iPads and those iPhones. All you need to do is have a user signed up for Hectre and the Spectre app in particular, and they're ready to go immediately. We also made sure to integrate QC into Spectre. So as I mentioned before, Hectre is a orchard management platform that's more than just Spectre. Spectre is very cool, but there are other things that you want to track in your orchard, like your picker damage, your cosmetic defects, your pest. And so Hectre allows you, for each bin that you pull off of that orchard that's been geotagged, you can assign a QC to a certain number of those bins if you would like. So you can track how the picker is doing. You can make a note on the bin if you're seeing particular decay already or some picker problems. Or if, for example, you used a new treatment on it this year, you can take a picture of that bin for future reference. You can also tie in the Spectre size and color data, and altogether, all this information gives you a more comprehensive view of the quality by lot and block. It's not in notebooks. You're not texting back and forth. Anybody can access within a certain permission level all of that information of the fruit that's coming off of the block. We found from growers that it's particularly helpful to have them track quality for R&D purposes. They've really liked to use it when they try out new irrigation methods, rootstock, types of treatments, etc. And Spectre just up levels that ability of our QC component to really marry all that information together so that you get a full picture and you get an even better sample size than you would before. So what else is the team? These are actually pictures of our New Zealand team at a Christmas party. So what else is the Hectre team cooking up is the question. So upcoming, we have our spray plan and our Spectre integration. So for example, if your latest spray company representative comes along with a new spray product, you might want to see if it's resulting in better size and color. And even a small amount of bump in that size and color can be very valuable, but it's hard to quantify that, and it's hard to quantify it right away. And often growers are waiting again for more pack out data. So instead of waiting that 6 to 8 months or less or more depending, but usually it's months for that pack out data, you can see that information now and make better informed decisions for the next spray season or for the next harvest. And then also we have a top-down version for Spectre that will be ready for this harvest 2021. You will be able to mount a camera in a location or on a frame of choice and capture a video of bins going underneath, perhaps on the way to the loading area, and automatically size and estimate color on the go. So this is helpful because there's less manual work and it's actually just, you know, capturing those bins through video. And then another thing coming down the road really is as a part of the in-orchard computer vision too, we've started work on a fruit counting part of the app, and I will just show you a quick video here that our machine learning engineer put together based off of a walkthrough in an orchard in New Zealand. You'll see our R&D manager coming up pretty quickly here. So that is also on our radar. And again, pulling in all of that harvest data, all of that QC data, fruit counts, and putting all of, we plan to have Hectre have recommendations based off of historical data in the upcoming years, using our Spectre data, the data input in our Hectre system, and other industry knowledge. Again, just to wrap this up, in keeping with the Know Your Farm theme, growers are really able to own their own quality processes with Hectre and their data, and that encompasses many things. Spectre was just kind of highlighted for this particular session, but we are happy to answer any questions that you have. If I'm not able to answer them today, then I'm happy to get back to you with any of those questions.